Hi everyone, I'm Lulu from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. Today I am going to show you my Hoya collection. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and let's go! So we begin with these shelves. This is my Hoya Thomsonii and I really love this plant. For the first year and a half I got it, he didn't grow. And I almost lost him due to rot. But then I had taken one cutting with one leaf and he looks now like this. And I'm very happy, he's doing great. I am planning to maybe propagate him this summer just because he looks a bit awkward. But I'm happy he's finally growing. So this is my Hoya CI and I cut this summer. I really love how the older leaves get that really dark green. He had new growth, but then I forgot to water him, so the new growth died. So I hope he will start to grow in the spring or summer and he will become happy. So this is my Hoya Biacensis ALS1. This started as a small cutting and at that moment I didn't think much of it because the leaves it came with I really didn't like. So I thought, how can I like this plant? And then over the past year he grew more and more lush and he grew more leaves with really that silver in them and it is such a beautiful plant. He has really beautiful silver speckles and so yeah, I really like this one. So this is my Hoya Kalisto Sumatra and this is one of my favorite Hoyas. Straight out, I like the ruffles on the leaves, I like the silver on the leaves. It is very subtle and I just really am happy because when I forgot to water the plants, I forgot to water all my Hoyas for a month also and this one shriveled up and he just came back and I'm really glad he did because this one also started with a small cutting and he is now a full plant and I'm so happy because this one also got I think 2 times rot and so I was like, it was scary because I thought he wouldn't make it, but he is here, he is a full plant now and I'm so happy. I hope he will grow more and more. Then I have my Hoya Saturn and I really like the darkness of the older leaves and you know, I don't mind the speckles. I really like this type of Finlansonii. Oh yeah, and I propagated this one also this summer. So this is my Hoya Fluensis and I really liked this Hoya, but he really got dehydrated as you can see on some of the leaves when I forgot to water my Hoyas. He had more leaves. I tried to propagate some parts of it as well that is not going that well. This is what is left of the main plant and he is severely dehydrated, so I hope he will perk back up, but for now this is the situation. So this is my Hoya Penularis, formerly known as Hoya sp Paddock, and I propagated this one also because I didn't like how he looked. He looked very yellow greenish. The cuttings have started growing, however because I forgot to water my Hoyas, he has taken on the light green look a bit, but overall he's doing okay-ish. So from here we go to here. This is my Hoya Fichi and over the summer I have fallen out of love with this Hoya, but now in this spot I really like him again because he's trailing over my self-made books and he's trailing over my desk here, and so I really like the look of him trailing, and so specifically in this space I really like him. Then we go from this side to that side of the room. Here we have the Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen and This one I had from the very start of my plant journey, and I really love the look of this one. And in the beginning when I had him, I really liked the look of these leaves, but as time went on and he got this place here, I now really like the full look of him. So the lighter parts, the darker parts, the parts that are half and half. I really get to appreciate the whole plant as it is, and this is the only place he really likes in the house, so he is standing here. However, I really am a bit sad that I don't see him that often because he's very high up and behind the shelf. So that's this one. So then we have the Hoya Manipis, and this one I really liked because of his triangle leaves. However, I don't really like how he is growing. He is not very elegant, but I still do like the shape of the leaves. Next to him is the Hoya Bella, and I really like the look of the plant. You cannot see it, but he is fuzzy and he looks like wax. He is really sturdy, and I really like the combination of very hard plant, but in reality he's very soft, he's fuzzy, and I really like that kind of thing about this plant. Then we have my Hoya Matilda Splash, and I've propagated this one many times. At one point there were multiple cuttings in the plant, and I took 1 or 2 cuttings and I made a new plant, and that is this one. The other one I gave away. And this plant, if it gets too long, I don't really like him anymore, but I really like the bushy look, but also not like in a big plant. I really like the smallness of this plant. And of course I like the splash on it. Then we go to my Hoya Bella on a caboose, and this was a journey, this plant. He really kept rotting away, and then I had to reroot him, and then he kept again rotting away, and then I had to reroot him again. I think I did that 4 or 5 times, and this is the 6th time he is good again, and he grows again, and he's thriving in soil, and I'm just letting him be. And if he's happy, and if he shows that he is not happy, I will just reboot him again. So here's my Hoya Flora, and as you can see, he's very small. He was bigger, I chopped him up because he got dehydrated to the point that there was no turning back. And these are the cuttings that made it. But yeah, that is this one. Then we go on to my Hoya Silver. And my feeling with this one is the same as my feeling with the Hoya Matilda. I really like this one when he's small and compact and bushy, but he is getting longer stems, as you can see, and so probably in the summer I will cut him so he will grow bushier. And I really like the silver leaves. Then we go to my Hoya CI, and this one is the same rule. I only really like this one when he is shorter, bushier, compact, and he is now just very long. And I think the plants with the smaller leaves lose their charm when there is a lot and when it's long, because then the leaves will disappear in the full picture, and I really like the leaves, so when they disappear, I think that's not worth it. Also, it's getting darker outside with rain clouds, so like the very gray clouds, and so you may not see the plants very well. So this is my Hoya albo mariginata, and this plant, I don't really like him at this point, but he is just doing what he's doing, and eventually those 2 upper stems will fall down because of the weight, and then he will grow down because he grows now like to the sides. He looks good, he looks great, he's not dehydrated anymore, but I am waiting until the stems are like really growing down, so I like him more in that way. I have here my Hoya Archibaldana, and I really like this plant because in the sun his leaves are really dark to the point where it's almost black. You cannot really see that now because there's not that much light outside. The plant next to that one is my Hoya filosa Chow Dang, and I really love this plant. I can tell you he's not dehydrated, and he is so dark green, and on top he has a sheen, and he is a little bit fuzzy, but mostly he has like a wax feel, and on the back he is very fuzzy. You cannot really see the fuzz, but he is so fuzzy at the back, and I really love how dark he is and how good you can see the nerves, even though he's not dehydrated. He's very sturdy. It's like cardboard right now. Now we're on to the last two Hoyas in my collection. This is my Hoya fungia, and he started as a very small plant with 2 strands, and he is now like a full-grown hanging plant. And with this one I really love the look of a whole long big hanging plant. So that's what he is. This is the only place he can stand in here in the apartment, so he's doing fine here. He's happy, he's growing, and I really love the look of this one. And the last Hoya in my collection is my Hoya Kalisto, and I already talked about it in a previous video, but I have kind of fallen out of love with this plant. When I bought it, I really liked the look of a living leaf. I still think some of the leaves do look like that insect, but for the plant as him growing longer and more bushy, I don't like the look of him anymore. And so he is in my collection, but I'm really waiting on someone that says, yeah, of course, I will take him from you. And until that happens, he will stay here in this space. So that was the video. I think you noticed that it went really dark at the end. I have put on the lights, as you can see. And I hope you liked it. I know some details of the plants you couldn't really see, so if you have any questions or want more footage of a specific plant, you can ask in the comments down below, and I will try to make a second video about those. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Doei!